Hey guys, happy Friday. I will not be on here very long, guys. I am multitasking, so I'm working, but I'm also going to make this quick video for you guys. So if I'm looking this way, it's because I'm looking at my laptop. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick dream that I had. It wasn't a quick dream, actually. This dream had to have been a whole hour long, but I'm not going to go over the entire dream with you guys because I don't even remember the entire dream. But this dream was like a whole movie that the Lord allowed me to be a watchman in and also partake in. So I was in it, but there were parts where I was just watching, right? But it literally played out like a movie. And I've had long dreams before, but I understood when I woke up that the Lord really wanted me to see this as how a movie would play out. And I'll explain that to you guys as well. But this definitely will not be a long one. Um, I had this dream the day before yesterday, and it started off with me watching. It's like I was in this big house, but the people that were in the house, they didn't know I was there. So when God uses me as a watchman, it's like I'm there, but no one sees me, like I'm not talking to anyone. So in this part of the dream, I saw a big home. I was inside of a big house. It was a mansion. It was a huge house. And I saw like a mom and a family, and a daughter was whining over something super, super simple. You can tell she was like a spoiled little girl. But it was a sunny day. This house was gorgeous, floor to ceiling windows. Like it was a huge home. And I knew by looking at them that they were very well off. And I remember listening to the the little girl whine in the dream, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, she has nothing to whine about, like she's rich. This is my thought in the dream, right? Then the dream switched to a bunch of different scenarios. The Lord just allowed me to see a bunch of different scenarios, and they were chaotic scenes. And it was like a movie. And the only way that I can explain this dream is when you watch a movie, and I like watching Lifetime Movie Network, right? When I watch Lifetime movies, it will usually show the ending as the beginning clip, right? You get a clip of the ending. So you'll usually see like a family barbecuing and they're celebrating a birthday and they're having fun. And then these letters pop up at the bottom of the screen and it says 5 years prior. And then or 5 years before. And then the movie takes you back to the beginning before the scene that it showed you at first, right? I hope I'm making sense. So like you see those movies, it gives you a clip of the happy ending, but then it says 5 years before and you get to see the whole movie play out. But then at the end, you see the same exact clip that you've seen at the beginning, but you understand it more because you've watched the entire movie. Hope it makes sense. If it doesn't, then it's probably not for you. But those of you that it's for, this will make a lot of sense. So this was one of those dreams, right, guys? I saw, again, a rich family, and their child was whiny and bratty, but I can tell that they were very well off and literally living their best lives, right? So throughout the scenes that the Lord showed me, there was one scene where I knew my brother was really sick and ill. He used my brother Christopher in this scene, and his name means messenger of Christ. But in this one scene the Lord gave me, my brother was really sick, and I remember him being in the hospital, and I was trying to pray for him on the phone, and the line disconnected. And I remember in this one scene, I was like, oh my gosh, like I need to pray for him. He's sick. Like he's not going to get well unless I pray for him. But then in the next instant, my brother was walking through the door fine and well and healed, okay? Then it switched to I'm watching these two people. They're in a bedroom, and I see Satan throw a black cover over their heads, like a black blanket, right? And he has them bound with like what looks like ropes. He has them tied together, and he throws this blanket over their heads. And he's walking around the two people as they're under this blanket, right? Like circling them. And I see the two people they kind of count down together, like they're like 1, 2, 3, and they drop kick Satan, and he's down, he's done for. Okay, and he didn't expect them to drop kick him. He didn't expect them to attack him. Like, he thought he had them bound, and he thought he had them in a place where they were captured, right? But they ended up defeating him, and you see him fall to the ground, right? Then the scene switched again, and it was just a whole bunch of chaos, right? Like, there was chaos, but then the Lord was showing me good times. There was chaos, and then there was good times, and it just went on and on and on. And then the very end of the dream, I was back in this huge home again, and I'm watching the same family that I saw in the beginning of the dream, and it's a sunny day. They're in a mansion. This home is beautiful. And the same daughter is whining, but this time I see the mom in the dream, and I knew she had just made it, right? She had just made it. Like, she knew she had made it to a place that she'd never been to before. And she sits down on her chair, and she grabs this magazine, and she's like, I need to read Reader's Digest so I can figure out how to be a stay-at-home woman. Like, I can figure out how to adapt to this lifestyle, meaning she didn't even know how to be rich. She didn't even know how to have more than enough. So she was reading Reader's Digest, and I heard her say this. She was reading Reader's Digest, which is a magazine, to learn how to adapt to her new lifestyle. And the dream ended, right? And what the Lord is saying from this dream is that the preview that he's given you guys, right? Because we prophesy in part. The previews that he's given you of what your life is going to be and the promises that he has for you is exactly how it's going to end, okay? Is exactly how it's going to end. In this dream, I saw the ending, okay? I saw the ending in the beginning. Then I saw a bunch of chaos in between, and then it ended on the same note in the beginning. And I hope this makes sense. God is saying he's the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and the end. What he showed you, the clips that he's given you, because he never gives you the full picture, because if he did give us the full picture, we would not want to walk the way that he's leading us, because he would allow us to see all the chaos and things that we would have to go through, and the purification process and the pruning process. And we would be like, no, God, choose somebody else. So we prophesy in part, right? But he's saying what he showed you in the beginning is exactly how it's going to end. And it's going to be so good to the point you're going to have to learn how to adapt to the lifestyle that you're about to receive in your life. This is not something that you're used to. This is not something that you've done before. This experience is going to be so good that you're going to have to learn how to adapt to being a stay-at-home mom, a stay-at-home dad, to being well off, to being to having to never worry about money. You're going to have to learn to adapt to this, because the life that he is going to provide for you guys, and those of you that this is for, you'll know it's for you. He showed you what it's going to be like. He showed you how big you're going to be. He showed you how well off you're going to be. He showed you how full your heart is going to be, but you haven't seen that completion yet. You haven't seen it full circle. He's saying he's the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and the end. The same preview that he's given you in the beginning, just like in the dream, I got the preview, and then it went through all this chaos in my dream, but the dream ended at the same point that the preview started at, right? It ended the same way. And the Lord is saying he's given you a preview of the promises, of the life that he has for you, of the things that he set before you. And it's still going to happen. The preview he showed you is exactly how it's going to end. But you guys have to stay in faith, right? Without faith, it's impossible to please God. You have to have faith. You have to walk by faith, okay? Just like in this dream, Satan thought he had these two people tied together and bound and held captive. But they kicked him down when he least expected them to. He thought that he had them exactly where he wanted them and that they were done for. The Lord is saying, no, you have to defeat Satan. Defeat him, put him down in his place. The preview he showed you in the beginning is exactly how it's going to end, but you guys have to stay in faith and you cannot give up, okay? So this is a short, simple, sweet message from a dream that the Lord gave me the day before yesterday. but I got the full interpretation today or in the wee hours of this morning. But he's saying it's going to end exactly how he showed you in the beginning. That little preview is going to come full circle. Like, he's not a God that will lie. Yes, you had to go through purification. You had to go through pruning. You had to face chaos so that he can strengthen your character, so that he can teach you perseverance, so that he can teach you how to have courage in the midst of trials and tribulation, so that he can strengthen you, so that he can teach you to trust him. Okay? Exactly how he showed you in the beginning, the clip he gave you is how it's going to end, guys. And he wanted me to read Psalms 30, verses 11 through 12. 11, 12, guys. It says, "You have turned for me my mourning into dancing. You have put off my sackcloth and clothed me with gladness, to the end that my glory may sing praise to you and not be silent. O Lord, my God, I will give thanks to you forever." That's Psalms 30, verses 11 through 12. We talked about 11 to 12, 11, 12, guys, those of you that have been following me for a while. But he's saying the same clip that he gave you in the beginning is exactly how it's going to end, but it's going to be better. So much better that you'll have to adapt to the lifestyle that he's moving you in, okay? That's all I have for you guys. Let me get back to work. I love you. Keep sending me your prayer requests. Don't give up. Keep the faith, guys. Keep the faith. You will defeat Satan. Whatever he's throwing at you, you have the upper hand. God said so. He gave you authority. The same clip he gave you in the beginning, because we only prophesy in part, is exactly how it's going to end, but it's going to be better. But he had to take you through the whole entire movie, right? Which is your real life, the whole entire movie, to get you to this beautiful ending. But I love you guys. Have a blessed Friday. And yeah, it's going to end exactly how he promised, guys. Keep the faith, okay? Keep the faith. Bye.